everybody, good day to you all. So I wanted to put together a brief video of this nifty little program I discovered online called bulk rename utility. So let me first say that this program is free and it appears to be available only on Windows though. So unfortunately, if you're solely a Mac or Linux user, this program probably won't be of much use to you. But assuming you are a Windows user and you're probably a fellow data hoarder as myself, you may find this utility a nice addition to your toolset. So in the past, when I've had a need to rename a bunch of files, I've usually just whipped up a quick little Perl script to get the job done. Problem is, these scripts are very specific usually to the problem at hand, and are for the most part just throwaway code. So that, or I end up either misplacing the darn thing or find myself rewriting it over and over again. So that being said, I was happy to trade in all these little throwaway Perl scripts for this handy little utility. So to give you an idea of the power of this program, I've got a list of files here that I've previously downloaded. Now the download manager I've used already did a decent job in naming the files pretty much the way I want, with just a few minor exceptions. So as you can see here, all the files have been prefixed with this 002 underscore string. Now that prefix is rather useless to me. What I really want is to start the files with the numbers appearing after the 002 prefix. These are files that are courses that I've downloaded, and the numbers that come after that 002 underscore prefix represent the particular weeks in which those lectures were recorded. So the first thing we want to do is to use the bulk rename utility to get rid of that pesky prefix. So what you want to do is you want to highlight all files and click the bulk rename utility from the context menu. So now it's important to note here not to get intimidated at first glance at this UI. Yes, there's a lot of options on the screen, but for the most part you can ignore most of the features, focusing only on the specific features you're going to want to use. Now one of the things you'll notice, first of all, is the two columns represented in the middle of the screen. This first column represents the current naming status of the list of files you've already selected. The second column will show you the name of the files that will be after you apply your renaming scheme. What you want to do is highlight the list of files and apply a renaming scheme here at the bottom. So as you can see, there's many choices for renaming, and it really just depends on what your experience level is, what features you're most comfortable with. Being a formal Perl guy myself, I feel right at home with the regular expression feature set. If you're not familiar with the regular expressions, or you just have a simple find replace pattern you want to apply, you can use this section here called replace with. For those of you who are comfortable with regular expressions, as you know, this will be by far the best option, giving you full power and capability to match and replace every very specific patterns. For my demo, I'm going to focus on the regular expression capabilities of this tool. So the first renaming scheme I want to apply is to remove those pesky 002 underscore prefix. So to do that, I'm going to enter an expression that will basically match the first three digits followed by an underscore. So I've already pre-wrote a regular expression to do that. Since it's small, I'll just retype it in here. Now, this expression should handle this nicely for me, as the caret forces the matches to the beginning of the string, followed by exactly 3 digits and an underscore. Now, what I want to do is capture the remaining string in what we might call a back reference. Well, I can do this by adding parentheses, and then a dot, star, parentheses at the end of this expression. The dot means basically to match any single character, and the succeeding asterisk means to match 0 or more instances of the preceding character. Next, I want to input the expression that will be used as my replacement string. For this, I've already captured everything I need in that back reference, so I will use a special index that simply references what was captured in the back reference. So as you can see now in this new name column, the results of my expression have been staged. So I will just simply scroll down double checking my regular expression worked as I intended. And if I'm liking what I see, I will simply apply those changes with the rename button. One thing to note here is as you lose visibility um, or focus off the files, it doesn't seem to pick up. So what you want to do is actually highlight all the files and then scroll down. Alright, so I'm going to apply. Now just a couple other things I'd like to apply to this file list before concluding. Notice that after my designator that I have for the week, which is followed by a dash, there's another index number that represents the course sequence within that week. Since I often end up taking the courses and copying them over to my phone to listen to, I don't want the ordering to get messed up by my audio book player. Sometimes media players will order together single digits, like say the number 1, together with double digit like number 10. I can get around this if I pad that single digit with the preceding 0. So I have another regular expression that I've pre-wrote that will do the trick for this. So I'm just going to simply copy and paste that now. So I'll copy the match expression into the match box, no pun intended, and copy the replace expression into the replace box. So notice here I've got 3 back references this time. There's the 0 that's going to precede the single digits. So if I scroll down in my list now, you'll notice there's some files that are highlighted in green and some that are highlighted in black. The ones you'll notice in black are the ones that already had 2 digits in this field right here. So it didn't need a replacement for those. Yeah, for instance, there's 3 files here that had 2 digits in that field, so the regular expression didn't find a match there. So, liking what I see, I'm going to go ahead and hit the rename button to process that. And then finally, what I want to do is clean up these numbers that you see here in these parentheses for each file. Now, those numbers inside the parentheses, they represent the length of the video lecture in minutes and seconds. The problem is the colon between them got removed by the download manager that I use because this character, the colon, is illegal within file names. So I can fix this by creating yet one last regular expression to add an underscore between the minutes and seconds. And knowing that the last 2 digits within the parentheses will always represent the place value for the seconds, I've written a regular expression that I'll copy and paste now that will handle this for me. So note now between the parentheses that the minutes and seconds is delimited now with an underscore, which is perfect, exactly what I want. So that pretty much concludes the demo of the bulk rename utility. I hope you find it useful and can apply it the next time you need to batch rename some files. So until next time, everyone, happy data hoarding, everybody.